Picture this. Somewhere in a sterile office building, someone presses a button. Not a nuclear launch button, not an alarm, just enter. And with that keystroke, $40 billion materializes from nothing. Pure digital alchemy. Now here's the question that should keep you awake at night. Where does that money go first? Because if yours gets sprinkled fairly across Main Street like some financial fairy tale, you're about to discover how deeply you've been played. Capital History, where we rewrite nothing and reveal everything. 300 years ago, an Irish banker named Richard Cantillon stumbled upon something extraordinary. Something so powerful that entire dynasties have been built on this single insight, while generations of working families got systematically hollowed out. The wealthy don't just pray you'll never understand this. They've designed the entire system around your ignorance of it. You've watched it happen your whole life. Stock markets soar while your wages stagnate. Housing prices explode while your savings shrink. The rich somehow get richer during recessions, pandemics, even wars. You've been told it's capitalism, or luck, or hard work. But Cantillon discovered the truth. Money isn't neutral. It has a flow, a current, a hierarchy of access. And there's an invisible hand, not Adam Smith's invisible hand of the market, but a different one entirely. One that's been pickpocketing the middle class for centuries. This is the Cantillon Effect, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Picture Ireland in the 1680s. While most bankers were content counting coins, one man was watching something far more dangerous. Richard Cantillon wasn't just moving money around, he was decoding the very DNA of wealth itself. Here's what Cantillon discovered that would make him both rich and notorious. When new money enters an economy, it doesn't spread like ripples in a pond. It flows like a river. And just like any river, there are those who live upstream and those who get the flood downstream. Cantillon made his fortune betting against John Law's Mississippi Company bubble in the 1710s. While everyone else was caught up in the frenzy, he saw the hidden pattern. The people closest to the money creation, the bankers, the government officials, the connected elite, they get to spend new money while prices are still old. Think of it as economic time travel. You're holding yesterday's dollars with tomorrow's purchasing power, while everyone else gets stuck with today's inflated bills. But here's the twist that made Cantillon enemies for life. He realized this wasn't just an observation, it was a wealth transfer machine. Every time money gets created, value flows uphill. The closer you sit to the money printer, the richer you get. The further away, well, that's where the rest of us live. This invisible river of wealth, this is what economists would later call the Cantillon Effect. Here's where it gets interesting. While Cantillon identified the flow, he couldn't have imagined how modern finance would weaponize his discovery. Think about your last loan application. Credit card at 18%, car loan at 7%. Meanwhile, Apple borrows billions at rates so low, they're practically getting paid to take the money. This isn't coincidence, it's architecture. The Federal Reserve doesn't hand out money equally. It flows through banks first, then to their biggest, most creditworthy clients. Translation: corporations and the ultra-wealthy get first dibs on freshly printed dollars at rock-bottom rates. Here's the magic trick. They borrow these cheap dollars and immediately buy assets, real estate, stocks, commodities. Then inflation kicks in. The debt they owe becomes worthless toilet paper, while their assets inflate like balloons at a birthday party. But your savings account earning 0.01% is melting faster than ice cream in August. Every month, your purchasing power shrinks while their debt burden evaporates. The system literally pays them to borrow money to buy appreciating assets, while charging you 20% interest to survive between paychecks. Same monetary policy, opposite outcomes. This is the invisible loophole hiding in plain sight, the reason wealth concentrates upward regardless of economic conditions. The money flows uphill, always. March 2020. The world locked down, markets crashed, and then something extraordinary happened. The Federal Reserve didn't just lower interest rates. They became the world's largest money printer, conjuring $4 trillion from digital thin air in a matter of months. But here's what they didn't tell you in those reassuring press conferences. This money didn't fall like rain on everyone equally. It flowed like a river with very specific banks. While you were arguing about stimulus checks, those measly $1,200 crumbs, the real money was flooding into treasury bonds, corporate debt, and mortgage-backed securities. The same assets sitting in the portfolios of banks, pension funds, and the wealthy elite. Within months, something magical happened. Stock prices soared 40%. Real estate exploded. Your grocery bill also exploded. Your salary? Still waiting for that memo. A Federal Reserve study found that quantitative easing increased the wealth of the top 10% by over $3 trillion between 2009 and 2015. The bottom 50% of Americans, they saw their share of total wealth actually decline. This isn't coincidence. It's Cantillon's effect playing out in real time. The 18th century banker's warning echoing through fiber optic cables and algorithmic trading floors. You're witnessing the greatest wealth transfer in human history, dressed up as economic stimulus. Here's what nobody in Washington will tell you. The Cantillon effect isn't just economic theory. It's the most sophisticated wealth extraction machine ever built, and it operates completely outside the democratic process. Think about it. Congress debates tax increases for months. But when the Federal Reserve creates trillions of new dollars, no vote, no debate, just silent wealth transfer on an industrial scale. Since 2008, the correlation is undeniable. The money supply quadrupled from $4 trillion to over $20 trillion during COVID. Meanwhile, the wealth gap exploded. The top 0.1% saw their net worth surge by $4 trillion. That's not coincidence. That's monetary physics. But here's the kicker. While politicians argue over minimum wage increases, this invisible tax system transfers more wealth upward in a single year than all progressive taxation could redistribute in a decade. So what can you do? Position yourself closer to the money source. Own assets that inflate with new money creation. Real estate, quality stocks, even Bitcoin. Avoid being a cash saver when currencies are being debased. The Cantillon effect isn't going anywhere. Understanding it means you can stop being its victim and start using the same playbook the wealthy have quietly employed for centuries. Because in this game, knowledge isn't just power, its financial survival.